I was impressed by just being able to automate tests that would normally have to do manually and would take people very long, but you could just have it running while you're doing other things as well.
Good afternoon, software engineers, QA engineers, and those who are planning to become one soon. My name is Sergey Kromchenko. I'm from Los Angeles, California, the founder of Codemify QA Bootcamp. And today, we did have one of the best interviews that I ever had in my life. It was an interview with one of our ex-students who actually did take a dev course before he took our course. This story is so inspiring. It's so motivational. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to get inspired of it, and you will change your life, because I do this professionally. I help people to change their life, and I hope you will change your life for the better. Anyways, I'll quickly introduce. His name is William. He's Korean American who signed up for the dev course. He went through it. He learned React, how to build different applications. He applied for more than 100 of jobs, and he got only one email response. He couldn't get a job offer, so he gave me a call and asked me, "Hey, can I take your bootcamp? Can you help me to get a job?" And now I'm going to stop my bullshit right here, and I'm going to let you guys to enjoy this video. But before you do that, you gotta remember that you have to hit that big fat thumb up button below, subscribe to our channel, and also subscribe to our Instagram and Telegram communities, links to which you can find right below this video. Let's get started. Let's go. Good to see you, William.
Good to see you, Sergi.
Oh man, it's a pleasure. It's been a while, but I'm ready that you are living a life in Santa Barbara now. And actually, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? What is your name? Where are you coming from?
Okay. Hi guys, my name's William. I'm coming from school in North. I used to go to university and I studied. I was a pre-med major, but I wanted to switch into coding. I took a dev course, but the job market is tough to find. Job tough to enter, and I found Sergi somehow. I don't know, but then thankfully went through his course and.
Let's hold on for a second with the courses. What is your major in the school?
I was a psychology major.
Psychology, nice. So you must be really good in interviews. You must be able to get the job from any interview you go for, right?
Actually, it was more bio focused, so I would say no, definitely not.
Got it. Makes sense. By the way, I have a kind of cool setup. I put my phone right there, connected it to the screen. I watch you on the screen, but you guys are watching me from my phone. Anyways, awesome. So psychology, and then you decided that you like coding, right? You wanted to become a dev, and
Right.
did you take a course in the same college, in the Davis, or was it somewhere else?
It was somewhere else. It was near my graduation, so I had to take it somewhere
Gotcha.
else.
Sounds good. Awesome. Great. Let's roll back a little bit. Where are you originally from? Are you originally from US or from somewhere else?
I was, yeah, I'm Korean, but I'm from the US.
Gotcha. American Korean. Awesome. That sounds amazing.
Right.
That's cool. So American Korean went to the Dev Bootcamp. What did you learn at the Dev Bootcamp?
It was mostly web development focused, so basic JavaScript, HTML, CSS, React libraries like that.
Nice. So that means you were kind of good when you got to our school, when you joined us, right?
A little bit. It wasn't as difficult.
Awesome. And William was one of actually, I think you were the first student who asked me, "Hey, if I sign up for your course, can I study full time? Because I'm not working anywhere. I want to study full time, and it looks like your course is only for part time." So what I did for him, we've actually updated our course. So whenever you guys have any ideas, I'm always more than welcome to hear them, because I want to improve. So he said that he wants to study full time. I was like, well, since you want to study full time, everyone else already studies part time, and we're going to make an update. So what I did is I made our previous tasks required, and then I added optional tasks on the top. So for example, William would finish his tasks within a day or two, and then for the rest of the week, he would be free. So I've added a couple of layers of extra tasks and challenges for the people who are studying full-time. So now we're accepting both part-time and full-time people, they go through the same course. And if you are done with your homework, you are getting feedback from a mentor, and then we are assigning more tasks on the top. So thank you, William, for bringing that up.
Okay, that's nice. It's a new thing.
Yep. That was based on your question. Cool. Now, do you want to tell me? So you went through the Dell Bootcamp. How many times have you applied for a job? How many interviews did you have before deciding to sign up for something else?
The dev bootcamp, um, after completing it, I would say spent maybe 2 to 3 months applying, definitely over 100, and I got one response, but that didn't lead to an interview, and
That
that's
didn't
pretty
lead.
much it.
Got
It
it. So
didn't, yeah. So zero interviews, one email response, and that's about it.
got it. So you apply for more than other jobs, zero interviews, one email response. Awesome. I'm going to roll ahead of the time just for one question.
Hmm.
How many jobs did you apply for after you started the QA course with us? And how many interviews did you have? Just to compare dev and QA.
Comparing dev and QA, definitely I tried to apply to, or using my experience from applying to dev, I use some like, or hit people up on LinkedIn more and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
definitely not as much, maybe more like, I'd say maybe under 100, but near 100. But interview responses, I got like 10.
Got it.
So
So
that's
10
a
interview
crazy
responses.
increase.
That's awesome.
Right.
How many interviews did you? Well, we'll come back to it in a second. Now let's come back to the course. So you signed up for the course. You already had your dev experience. So I'll be honest, I'm not promoting anything here. I'm just describing your experience. So you already had dev experience. You knew how to write JavaScript, and you signed up for QA course. Can you describe it? How did it go? What did you learn? What impressed you, or what excited you?
I think the difference is that even though you know like dev experience and you know how to build it, testing is still completely new. So you still have to learn the whole testing framework and how the only thing that I had an advantage for was when I learned the testing framework, I knew I didn't have to search up separate commands or methods or how to write the syntax. Basically, that was it, how to write the syntax. But yeah, I was impressed by just being able to automate tests that would normally have to do manually and would take people very long, but you could just have it running while you were doing other things as well.
Awesome. Sounds good. Sounds good. In this case, you're the kind of one of the first people who had dev experience in the past and uh, signed up for our course and got a job. So I wanted to hear your thoughts. What was the most challenging part of the course for you?
The most challenging part of the course would be
Nothing?
honestly, yeah, I think I
That's my
think
man.
I think everybody answered the questions really fast and the explanations were thorough, so I didn't really need to. I wasn't floundering so much. So compared to dev, you got to flounder a lot. So I
Yeah,
think that's
makes
pretty
sense.
good.
That's cool. That's cool. I like people who have no problems, who are just studying, getting jobs. That's fairly awesome. Great. So you went through the course, then you enjoyed it. It was easy. You got a job. Can you tell me how long did it take you to get a job since you started applying for the QA job?
Since I started applying, I would say it took me about 2 months
2 months to start
to
applying.
a
Mhm.
month to 2 months. Yeah.
Awesome. How long were you into QA course after you started applying?
It was around 3 months.
So you got the job on the third month of the education, right?
Or 3 to 4 months. Yeah.
3 to 4 months. So that means you applied approximately, start applying approximately on the second month. That makes sense. I usually advise everyone to start applying on it after 2 months and a half. But since you already had some of your dev experience, as soon as I gave you exposure to Cypress or whatever we've learned with you, then you were ready to rock it because you already knew JS and you just had to adapt to Cypress quickly, right?
Right.
Awesome. Sounds good. Okay. Well, in this case, do you want to do you want to describe your interview process that you went through? Because a lot of people are mostly interested about interview questions because everyone wants to sign up for some course or don't sign up for the course. Doesn't matter if they want to go
Mhm.
through an interview, get the job offer, get 100K plus, no matter how much you make. Can you describe, if you remember any of those questions?
Yeah, the questions were very pertaining to my experiences in general. So, and there are some questions that were about experiences from the company getting to know you, and then there's some questions that are technical, such as I think one of the questions I had was, you have a machine like a vending machine, and how would you test it? And of course, that's very broad, but they're just trying to get an idea of how your brain works and whether you can think of all the different functionalities and test cases that would arise in the scenario. And that just comes with experience and a lot of trial and error. And then for the experiences section, I mean, Sergi gave me a lot, gave me a lot of tasks that had to do with different areas that allowed me to gain experience. So it was easy to talk about those.
Nice, nice. Sounds good. Cool. How about any more specific questions that you could remember? So vending machine is awesome. That's a very common one. I do ask
Hmm.
people to test different things during the interview preparation. I usually ask, "Hey, can you test whatever they have on the table?" Ask them to test like microphone. I would randomly ask person, and the steps are very simple. And as always, it's very logical.
Hmm.
It's a very logical chain that you just kind of have to remember. But any other specific questions you could remember that they ask you? And also, what was the percentage of questions manual versus automation when you were going for an interview?
So when I was going for an interview, the automation questions were very small because they work with a separate framework that you would have to study anyway. So they're not looking for someone who's already experienced that. They're just looking for more someone who is experienced at testing and fits with their culture. So they mostly focus questions on those. So also expect some culture questions such as, if you have a conflict with the dev, how do you resolve it?
Mhm.
And um, yeah, I'd say maybe like 40% culture fit, 40% technical fit, and then maybe like 20% just asking about your automation experiences.
Got it. Got it. So one of the questions that you've just mentioned, what did you do if you had to have a conflict at the workplace? I have just met a random girl at Santa Monica at 7 a.m. as I'm going for the workouts every Saturday, 7 a.m. Santa Monica. And she said she watched my videos on a YouTube, and she got, actually, I'm going to interview her tomorrow in the
Hmm.
same way as you, but right here in this office, face to face. And she said she was very thankful to me. She didn't take our course, but she watched a lot of my YouTube videos. And
Uh-huh.
she got laid off 3 weeks ago. But a couple of days ago, after 3 weeks, she got a job offer after watching a lot of videos. Not only mine. I'm not saying she got a job offer because of me. She watched a lot of videos, including mine. And she said, "To the most helpful answers to the questions that I got were from your videos." And the first one was, have you ever had a conflict at your workplace and how did you resolve it? So as I mentioned on one of the YouTube videos, I don't even remember which one, uh, if you did not have those, that's not a problem. What you need to say is not only, no, I never had it, but I never had one. But honestly, if I would have one, I would do this, this, and that. So pretty much she walked them through, as you said, how she thought about it, what she would do, how her brain works. And that kind of gives you an advantage in front of everybody else, because usually people are like, "Oh, I never had it. I don't know." That's it.
Right.
You're
Right.
going to show that you're better. And a second one was that people from Eastern Europe are very shy most of the time when they get asked questions about money. So she got a question. What's your salary expectations? And she said that by default, as most people from Eastern Europe, she would be like, "Oh, I'm going to ask for very little because I don't want to ask for too much because maybe you will not hire me. Maybe you will hire someone else." No, it does not work this way in the US in the tech companies. There is no difference if you're going to say more than they offer or less. The difference is if they like you or not. If you ask for more money and if you ask for 20,000 more that they actually offer, they will say, "You know what, we like you, but we cannot offer you that much. Would you be okay if we offer you a little bit less?" But if they don't like you, it doesn't really matter if you ask them for less or for more. They don't like you. Game over. So she'd ask for 120 and she got 130. I was kind of amazed with that, but I feel grateful when people are coming over and say, "Hey, thank you so much. You've changed my life, even a little bit." For me,
Hmm.
it's better than sex. Well, in most cases. All right. So you had quite a few questions. We already went through them. Awesome. So you got, and where are you at now, by the way?
I'm in Santa Barbara, California.
Santa Barbara, California. That's alive, guys. You're working as a QA engineer in Santa Barbara, California, sleeping during the day. That's life. Awesome. That was cool. Now, a lot of people are asking about your workday. People who never sign up for the course, people who never seen it before, people who are watching a lot of YouTube videos. Can you describe your workday? And actually, let's start with the first question. What did you do during your first day, first week, and what do you do daily now? So let's start with the first one. What did you do during your first day in the office?
Oh, my first day. I think I was taken through some orientation before. Yeah, it was a pretty long orientation before I got to sit at my office space. And
Mhm.
then once I was at my office space, I just got introduced to the team members and just told to sort of explore the system.
Mhm.
And then I think that was like the first week generally, more like
So
exploration.
first day, first week, it's just onboarding, no pressure. People are
Right,
not coming in and
onboarding.
not telling you, "Hey, I thought you knew this, but you don't know it. Are you a fraud?"
Right, right.
So first week is onboarding. Awesome. Now, when you are done onboarding, when you are good to execute some tasks, can you describe your random day so people would know what exactly do you do in the morning, afternoon, before you go home?
Right. So generally there'll be some Jira tickets that are assigned to me. And then my mornings usually start off with meetings. We got to update different stand-ups depending on which projects I'm involved in. And then I just try to work on the tickets in between sort of these meetings. And I'll take my lunch anytime that I don't have meetings because those can get scheduled whenever. And then after that, depending on how much I've finished my tickets, I might work on automation or not. And that's pretty much the day.
Awesome. That's easy peasy. Okay. You had a lot of meetings. People will be like, what kind of meetings? He's a QA engineer. Why the hell in the world does he need those meetings?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely need many meetings as a QA engineer because you're part of the development process in general. You might even be asked, or I'm even asked to demo certain products, certain features that come out.
Ooh, nice. But you don't build them. Hold on. You don't build them. You just demo
Right,
them,
right,
right?
right, right.
That's awesome.
Because yes, for the the teams that have to know the products the best, they would be the QAs and the devs.
Exactly. Because you devs are building a part of the application. QA engineer is the person who tests all of the application or an entire feature. So
Right,
usually, I would say if you don't have a product, QA is the best resource to explain how does the feature work. So
right,
your job is not only to test it, but also to know and to answer a lot of questions from all over the company.
right.
Awesome. Thank you. That's very helpful. A lot of people are going to enjoy it. Cool. So that was your day, how it works now. Well, this interview was so quick. Honestly, we ran through the questions, but let me ask you a couple of motivational questions. What would you do if you would start from scratch again? Since we do have people who never went through the dev course,
Hmm.
we do actually. Let's do that one. If you would never go through the dev course, but you would have knowledge that you have right now, you would, for example, watch the movie of your life and be like, Jesus Christ, maybe I shouldn't go for dev course, or maybe I shouldn't go for a QA course. Maybe I should learn on my own. What would you do?
How far back are we talking? So if I started knowing from before college.
well, let's say after the college, because most of us go through the some of the college.
Right, right. Yeah, after college, I definitely don't need the dev course because I mean, it's nice to know uh coding and different languages in general, but I definitely didn't need to know how to build something through different applications like React or the backend. So looking at it now, I would just focus all my efforts on QA,
Hmm.
and the QA part of the automation part of QA does require coding, but it's not as intensive.
Hmm.
So just focusing on that, I think would have saved me a lot of time and effort.
Got it. I definitely agree with that. But I want to ask you one more question because I don't want to sound to like, hey, can you advertise my company? No.
Right.
Do you think dev course was helpful when you were getting this job?
No,
Oh, I thought it was. Then, okay, taking my words back. You're
not
fine.
not really, not really.
But cool.
Uh,
Well, honestly, yeah, I would fully agree with you. But for everyone else, I'll say that if you guys have ability to learn dev stuff on your own, if you have time and will, or somebody offers you free course before you sign up for QA, give it a shot. The more you know, the easier it is for you to get the job offer in a QA world. As William just mentioned, in order to become a QA engineer, it is, I would say, twice, if not three times less to become versus the dev. You are getting about 10 to 20% less salary in most cases, not even in all, but still, it is much easier to become a QA engineer, though. Awesome. So that's if you would finish the college and would start again. What if,
mhm.
okay, we have people who've signed up for a dev course just like you, who I'm pretty sure are going to be watching this video and they're going to be thinking, well, what should I do now since I have already finished the dev course? What in your opinion would be the most useful path to get a job after you finished your dev course? What would you change now?
Honestly, the I personally, if I wanted to stick to dev, if I thought dev was still more for me after the QA course, I could have pursued it. I just think it would have taken me longer. But
Hmm.
if there are people that want to focus more on dev and they finish the dev course, they would have to work a lot on trying to find open source projects, trying to make their own personal projects that you could talk about and explain to anybody, and talk to a lot of people on different platforms and just build your connection network.
So true, so true. And talking about it, projects that you're working on, guys, I'm not sure about everyone else, but I'm in love with coding. When I was a QA engineer, I went through the free code bootcamp. That one is completely free. The guy who built it, Larry, or I think Larry's Larson or something like that, that guy is amazing. He's done a great job. I've learned so much. And the first job offer that I ever got that was more than $100,000. It was after going through the free code camp, algorithm mid-level algorithm section. After I learned that, I then got a job. I will not tell you where, but I got more than $100,000 and I was super happy about it. So if you want to continue learning dev stuff, even if you're a QA, you want to improve your skills as a dev, learn that. And now, for example, for our Codemify, for the QA course, what I did, I built up an integration with Jira where I just create one ticket and I created separate projects for every single person in our team. So bug reports will never be seen by each other. So you'll never see bug reports from your mates. And what I do, I created one ticket with a task and I use API to create it throughout all of the projects, the hundreds of projects that we have in our school. So programming is very helpful, even if you are not programming anymore or if you've never been one.
Yeah, I'd say it's always nice to being able to program in the way that you want in terms of personal projects is always nice.
Exactly. And uh, just for fun, when this video is going to be coming out, if you guys want to see the difference between speed of execution of Cypress and Playwright, two very popular test automation framework in a JS and a TypeScript world, I did post a video a week ago, and I've shared the time execution, which one is faster, and one of them is twice faster is the other one. That's why I recommend you to watch that video. Awesome. Anything else you wanted to share with people like you who once upon a time decided to change their lives?
Yeah, I would just say that just try not to get too discouraged, because it's the whole process is sort of like it'll randomly swing your way. So you never know. It could be faster, it could be later, but it's not like a steady progress. So like just try not to get discouraged on the way is all I gotta say.
Exactly, exactly. And I fully agree with that. And if you guys ever have any questions or any recommendation, I've been working as in the QA world for more than 9 years. I work as the QA engineer, lead manager, engineering manager, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Feel free to message me. Feel free to leave a comment below this video, and I will be more than glad to answer your questions. Well, thank you, William, for joining us. You are amazing, and I hope that one day I'm going to interview you face to face when you're probably going to get your next job offer. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be senior as that or a senior developer, because you are cool and you like to code.
Thank you.
All right, how do I stop this shit? Hold on. Tell me if you did not enjoy this video, and I'm going to kill myself. It is impossible because this guy is so positive and honest. And one more time, guys, if you ever have any questions regarding your career in a QA, in a software engineering, I've been working in this IT world for more than 9 years. I know quite a bit, not everything, but still, feel free to shoot me an email. Feel free to leave a comment right below this video, and I'll be more than glad to answer any of your questions. Good luck, and make sure to change your life.